guys have spoken and I listened. Well, kind of. So as you might know, a couple months ago I had 20 cords of firewood delivered. It was all delivered in full log form. It came out of Talkeetna from somebody who was clearing their land, so it was green. Over the past month, I've been working with a friend or two to buck up this firewood. I did attempt to split it, only to see if I could actually do it. I had no intentions of actually trying to split all of this firewood by hand this summer. However, a family who lives up the road from me saw the videos also. They read your comments. They had a log splitter that they offered to allow me to use. And so I went up there, got it the other day, and now I'm going to attempt to split as much of this firewood as possible over the course of today. And I'm not opposed to having the log splitter, but I honestly can't afford right now to rent one or buy one because all my money is tied up in other projects around the cabin, such as the driveway work that I'm going to be having done. But in the meantime, it's been 20 minutes of trying to start the log splitter. Yay, I finally got it. A little video help through, again, the magic of YouTube. I was able to figure it out. Now it's running, so I'm going to start the time lapse now. Some of the pieces were rotten on the inside because they were full of carpenter ants, which I'm hoping doesn't devour the rest of this while it's aging, infest my property, or come into the cabin when I finally bring all this wood in. Carpenter ants is something that I definitely have here, but I've not had in the wood because they don't attack spruce trees. I'm almost afraid to shut that off because of how difficult it was to get turned on in the first place. But I'm going to take a break. It's been an hour, only an hour. I'm sure you can see I made a big dent there. So that's where I started, and that's how much I've gotten done in an hour. This is being filmed at the same time that I'm supposed to be out back chopping up all that wood. But I'm not getting anything done because I need to clear around the cabin because I'm making way for the bulldozer to do what it needs to do as it grades the property for the rock delivery that'll be happening here in the next couple of days. Finally, I'm very happy that that's getting done. Oh my, it is so hot out here right now. Over the last week, the temperatures have doubled. So it was about mid-40s a week ago. Today it's 83 degrees out here. There is no cloud cover. Luckily, the breeze is just now coming about. While I was working on cutting the wood and moving stuff, there was no breeze whatsoever, and I am dying. I did actually wind up putting up a little canopy to provide some shade while splitting logs, but it is just too hot out here right now to be working. So I'm going to take a break, but while I do that, I say we head off on a little adventure. We are at Independence Mine, and it is incredibly warm up here. Despite all the snow that you see, the cloud cover, it's about 50 degrees. If we'd only waited probably another 10 days, we could have driven up here. We hiked all this way just to get up here and see a sign that says visitor parking. Just goes to show how out of shape one might actually be doing these hikes. But it's 50 degrees up here. It's absolutely balmy, despite the fact that there's 4 feet of snow here. 4 feet of snow. That's why the road's not open yet. But it's good. We got to hike up. Got a nice little bit of exercise. And I'm surrounded by snow-capped mountains. Beautiful. Unfortunately, due to the time of the year that we arrived, we couldn't see many of the buildings, couldn't walk to them especially. And as it turns out, many of the buildings are closed and will probably remain closed for this summer due to renovations. However, if you decide to come up and see the Independence Mine, there is the Hatcher Pass Lodge available for accommodations right there at the base of the mine itself. Since we were not able to tour the buildings and really couldn't walk the property due to the amount of snow that was still on the ground, I have included some footage courtesy of Ramblin' Pam, who took some beautiful shots while she was there visiting last summer. Thanks for the footage, Pam. Appreciate it. My friend is the real star of this show this week. So she's bucked up all of this pile and about half of that pile. After I took a break, I decided I wasn't going to come out here and do any more because of my sun allergy. I got really sick. So she's been out here all afternoon. It's now about 10 o'clock at night. She's still going strong. I'm trying to convince her to come inside. hopefully she'll call it quits soon. But nonetheless, she's the real star of the show this week, so I appreciate all her help, and I appreciate you watching. Make sure you're tuned in next week because of a big project taking place, and I'm sure you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I'll see you hopefully in the comments, and I'll be back next week.